a record amount. So the best part is just about a month later, the eclipse happens, and of course for weeks Americans have been waiting for this. All they hear is "Don't stare straight into the sun," and around 2 p.m. when the White House eclipse is at its peak in D.C., cameras pan to the White House balcony to reveal Trump with no eye protection and an aide audibly shouting, "Don't look," staring. Of course, he's staring straight into the sun. Classic, absolute classic.
Yeah.
One of the all-time photos of the Trump presidency. Just like. It's just literally just like he's a weird combination of just like a very childlike brain, but also behaves a lot in a lot of ways like an old lady, you know.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah, it's another good one. On a trip to visit the gold in Fort Knox, the wife of Steve Mnuchin, she Instagrammed herself of a glamour shot descending from a military VIP jet, hashtagging the couture that she was wearing. After critics scolded Linton for her conspicuous use of tax dollars, Linton responded by bragging about how rich she is, with the awesome line, "Have you given more to the economy than me and my husband, either as an individual earner in taxes or self-sacrifice to your country?" Like, yeah, the real sacrifice going on there is so great. So great there.
Yeah.
Yeah, any highlights for you so far?
Yeah, I mean, the Scaramucci thing is hilarious. I mean, and I remember when the Scaramucci thing was happening, like, I think he got in a fight with his wife or something because he was like too obsessed with Trump. I remember that, and then he was fired 11 days later, obviously.
Yeah, I think he got divorced from his wife.
Yeah, because his wife said he was too obsessed with Trump, and then 11 days later he was fired, and then the last 3 years where Scaramucci comes out and basically says Trump sucks.
Yeah. It's been so funny to watch people like flip flop their positions and go back and forth on Trump. So many, because he started off in the primary, he was like for Ted Cruz or something, and he's been on he was on TV in like 2015, being like Trump's a bully or whatever, and now he's like I didn't mean what I said before, and then now of course he is back, and we also have just joining us. There's the sound, James Weld. There he is.
Hello.
Welcome.
How are you guys doing? How are you, Donnie? How are you, Spencer?
Very good.
We are very good. We are working our way through some of the best top moments of the Trump presidency.
I would love to stick around for one or two. I'm in a E4 game at the moment, but I definitely would love to.
All right, we'll definitely get your we'll get your reactions to some top level Trump moments here. Let's give you one here. During United Nations General Assembly meeting, Trump mentioned the fake African nation of Nambia, which did not exist. That was a good little one. But then, of course, like really, this was one of the more I think just funny moments, but in the midst of something just absolutely awful, which was during a visit to San Juan after Hurricane Maria in late 2017, a storm again that would kill around 3,000 islanders, in which Trump's FEMA really just completely screwed up in a big way. The president just tossed the rolls of paper towels to
NBA, bro. NBA 2K San Juan, bro. Fuck. I thought it was funny as hell, but also tragic at the same time. But that's really the defining feature.
That's the Trump administration.
Yeah, exactly. Just
like the classic thing of like, how is he going to get away with this? This is beyond the pale. And then just like that thing, like that standard's just been lowering nonstop for 4 years.
For 4 years,
bro.
It is. Trump is actually still in power, guys. Biden is merely a
puppet.
A puppet. Yeah, they're keeping him. They're keeping him alive. Yeah. I'm sure, but I mean, he played paper towel basketball with the shivering Puerto Ricans.
Yeah,
tragic.
Look out for the paper towels flying below. Yeah. We gotta find. Yeah, so this is, of course, January 16, 2018, Trump's first physical as president. White House doctor Ronnie Jackson held a press conference where he said the president had great genes, and if he had a bit of a better diet, he may live to be over 200, or might live to be 200 years old. So, yeah, that's a great Yeah, this is again March 13th, 2018. This is what Donnie was referencing a little bit earlier. John Kelly called Secretary of State Rex Tillerson to tell him he was being fired, and he received this call on the toilet. Tillerson did. Just a perfect little anecdote there from the past. It's probably like the least awful Secretary of State that Trump actually ended up hiring, which is a pretty low bar.
Tillerson.
Yeah, because then you got Pompeo there. He was like a cruise. He did all those things with Venezuela and Iran and Israel.
Yeah.
I have to go in a second, but I don't know if this is on your thing, but it's a little out of the timeline, but I just want to bring it up before I go. Yeah. Was Hurricane Dorian. Do you guys remember the controversy with that? When Trump,
yes. Was this the Sharpie?
Trump comes out and he's like, "Oh, it's gonna hit Alabama." And,
oh my God!
No,
yes.
Was like, no, it's not. They had a map in the White House of Trump looking at it, and like they had the picture, like the trajectory of the hurricane, and then they had a little extra bubble drawn in Sharpie.
Yeah, that was just like too good to be. That was again one of these like straight out of Veep. Like this article is just listing Veep moments, and there's so many of them.
That is an unbelievable. I would say that one is just. I would just say ridiculous, not even tragic, just ridiculous. Yeah. Like funny bad.
Yeah, and again, I'm kind of getting like more and more the mindset like these things are just designed to piss people off, and people are like Trump especially is just laughing at the reaction this causes, but also it's not something he can control at the same time.
No.
Yeah, like it was really kind of an insane situation. In spring 2018, Trump started to look north and ask advisors how he could buy Greenland from Denmark to take advantage of the abundant natural resources there. That would have been there was just a little idea. And then of course the best part was all the conservatives had to be this is the smartest idea any president has ever had. What a great strategic command.
Yeah. How have we never thought of this before? Oh, fuck.
We can just buy other countries?
Wow.
Buy other countries.
Yeah, it was just a great idea. And of course, this is one that was clearly, obviously, meant to piss people off. Melania, and this is also tragic. Melania visited the kids who had been separated from their parents with the "I really don't care, do you?" jacket.
Oh my God, that was her fashion stylist deserves to be shot in the face for that one. Major fuck up. And how did she not spot that?
Yeah, it's just what kind of where did she buy that jacket? First of all, what's the store?
I don't know. It was nice designer. I don't know. Maybe she picked it out herself. Maybe she had a stylist do it. But wow, iconic misstep from or when she was heard saying I don't really give a shit about the kids on the border in those interviews with her friend. I don't even remember exactly
that was
what
a private tape.
Yeah. With Stephanie, I think it's not Stephanie Grisham, is it?
I think that was a lady Stephanie who resigned, but no, it was her. Yeah, it was her private friend who said that. I'm gonna look it up.
So I have to go, but before I go, I want to bring one more thing up, which was the photograph of Trump's notes before impeachment. I sent the.
Oh my God, I love it! It's so funny.
Scribbled in Sharpies. I want nothing. I want no quid pro quo. Tell Zelensky to do the right thing. This is the final word from the President of the United States. Those were his notes. But doesn't even make any sense.
In the most childish block lettering ever. Oh my God, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
I remember that. Here, I think the picture's almost loaded. But and I want nothing twice. You got to write it twice so you remember that to say I want nothing. There you go. It's in the chat.
Oh yeah, it's serial killer kind of stuff. It's it's like a pencil. It's just I want nothing. I want no. It's that is insane. It's just scroll that down on the Sharpie. I think is a big common theme because it's It's like, we're gonna have a big, strong marker with the biggest ink.
Wait, what? The biggest ink. Wait, is his name Zelensky? Was that the name? I think he might have misspelled the name.
Yeah. Like, that was.
It is Zelensky.
Yeah, that was like. Yeah, he definitely misspelled the name, but like that's that's a given. But like, that's
one L.
It's really insane. Sure. Like, that's how we had, like that was a big thing. Like, recently, like it was a year ago. That was happening.
No. He misspelled it bad.
Oh yeah, it is. It's Zelensky.
Why?
Zelensky, dude. Oh wow. Holy shit.
Yeah, Zellinsky. He's
oh my god.
Actually an idiot, dude.
Just the like scrawling out on the paper like you're just trying to pass it to someone like in a hostage situation.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Oh my god. Aboard Air Force One, the Air Force One notepad is just fucking meaningless nonsense. He misspells the name of world leaders.
Wait, was that was the president or was that the whistleblower guy? I don't even know.
That's the president.
Oh,
the president of Ukraine.
And that's the one he had the perfect phone call with.
Completely. Everyone loved my phone call, dude.
No one's had a better phone call.
No one's had a better phone call. God. Oh god. All right, I'm also gonna hop back onto my U4 game.
All right, so
I have to go too.
All right, well, thank you guys very much for joining us, and really do appreciate it. We will have, I do believe, James on to kind of finish this list and kind of get a more serious conversation, kind of more about the policy legacy of Trump a little bit later on. But thank you both for these two fine gentlemen for joining us on tonight's episode.
Thank you.
Have a good one, guys.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
See ya.
And there we go. James Weld and Donnie Roveto, they're joining us, and we do have some great lists to come out until James gets here in a short period of time. We'll kind of shift gears a moment, but we just like so much more great stuff to go. Of course, the classic Tim Apple. Tim Apple was a great one there. I think he's done this multiple times. He's called Tim Apple. Here, let's get the clip.
We appreciate it very much, Tim Apple. But
this is like the most powerful CEO like in the history. It's like huge, more money than God, like more like control. Everyone has a phone made by him in their hand. He's just gonna be like, "Yes, Mr. President, my name is Tim Apple. Yes, thank you." Like that's the kind of funny thing about it. Like they at least had to put up with them up until a certain point, and they like the stuff that so many people had to go through for this like just complete toddler, all because he had this huge hold on so many people, is hilarious, absolutely hilarious. So here's a good one. Back with Emmanuel Macron. On a visit to Mount Vernon with Emmanuel Macron, Trump is preoccupied with how rich George Washington was, and if he was so rich, why the rooms of the first president's house were not larger. If he were smart, he would have put his name on it, Trump said on the property. You got to put your name on it so no one remembers on stuff, or no one remembers you. Got to slap the name on it, George Washington. Yes. Yeah, so this is apparently scared that the late Senator John McCain's name will trigger Trump, who feuded with the senator. The White House requested the Navy hide a 7,000-ton warship bearing the McCain name from the president during a trip to Japan. The ship is going under repairs and difficult to move, so a tarp was put over the name of the John McCain boat that they named after him. Probably one of the best part of Trump's early presidency, I think, had to have been just incredibly funny. Just the absolute like unrelenting feud that John McCain had with Trump, and it was really just like not ongoing. And I think in the end, I mean, it's hard to say really who won. Both got their ends in, but I mean, hey, one guy died pretty much having to sacrifice, and well, at least he didn't sacrifice a lot of what he believed in. I mean, most of it was still there, and he didn't really care about moving more right on social issues. I don't think. But yeah, I mean, I think McCain did in the end win, considering where Trump is now. But boy,